Kirsten Harila sets controversial world record for climbing all 8,000-meter peaks. In the thin air of high altitudes, Kirsten Harila has breathed new life into mountaineering records. Battling against the odds, she has managed to summit all 14 of the Earth's towering 8,000-meter peaks. However, it's not just the altitude that's taking everyone's breath away. Her unorthodox methods and choices have ignited a firestorm of debates within the climbing world. Harila is a former professional cross-country skier who came to mountaineering somewhat recently. In 2015, Harila climbed Africa's Kilimanjaro and, despite getting severe altitude sickness, got hooked on the sport. In 2019, she quit her job as an executive at a furniture company to climb. That same year, she went to the Himalaya for the first time, summiting peaks like Lobushi East, 20,075 feet, and Putha Hiunchuli, 23,773 feet. In 2020, she climbed Aconcagua. Then, in 2021, she summited Everest and neighboring 27,940-foot lots in just under 12 hours, which was a record at the time. Tenjin, a guide from 7 Summit Treks, has been working in the mountains since he was 16 and was integral to this record, ensuring both summits and safety throughout the project. He's from Makalu, where he lives with his wife and their 2 teenage boys. In May 2021, she set a world record fastest doubleheader of the higher 8,000ers, becoming the fastest woman to climb Mount Everest and Lhotse in under 12 hours. On May 22, 2022, she beat her own record when she crossed from the top of Mount Everest to the top of Lhotse in 9 hours 5 minutes. Her success in previous expeditions and summit attempts inspired her to embark in 2022 upon her latest challenge, Bremont 14 Peaks, and become the first woman in history and the second person after Nirmal Purja to climb all 14 8,000er peaks in 6 months. She came close to beating Purja's record time for climbing all 14 8,000ers in a season with only 2 peaks missing. However, when the Chinese authorities refused her permits to climb Cho Oyu and Shishapangma, her record hunt ended at that point. Before delving into Kirsten's remarkable success story, a glimpse into her background adds depth to her journey. Born on March 28, 1986 in Norway, Kirsten's early life was already marked by adventure. She began driving a tractor at just 11 years old and later focused on cross-country skiing. With a background in skiing, she ventured into mountaineering and quickly made her mark. Kirsten's determination and drive are evident in her departure from a senior management job in 2019 to pursue her mountaineering dream. By 2021, she had already achieved a world record by climbing both Mount Everest and Lhotse on the same day. In 2022, she climbed 12 of the 14 8,000ers between April and September. Unfortunately, Kirsten couldn't complete her mission due to visa and permit issues, preventing her from climbing Cho Oyu and Shishapangma in 2022. Harila was on track to set the record during that initial 2022 attempt, but she couldn't get permits to climb in Tibet, which stymied her effort by delaying her climbs on 26,335-foot Shishapangma and 26,864-foot Cho Oyu. China had closed its borders to foreigners due to the pandemic, refusing to grant her access. Undeterred, Kirsten's resilience and commitment continued into 2023 as she embarked on another attempt. In late April of 2023, her permits came through. She climbed Shishapangma and Cho Oyu before tackling the remaining 12 mountains she had scaled the previous year. She then wanted to climb both Shishapangma and Cho Oyu twice to also set a record for doubling all 8,000ers. That plan later got skipped because of bad conditions on one of those mountains. On May 3, 2023, she successfully climbed Cho Oyu and Shishapangma. By doing so, Harila achieved her goal of reaching all 14 true geographic summits of the 8,000ers after 1 year and 5 days, which is a world record fastest true summit ascent of the 8,000ers, regardless of gender. But she still wasn't satisfied. Her initial goal was to tackle all 14 peaks within 6 months, so she decided to reclimb the other 12 peaks and try for the record again. On 27 July 2023, Harila and Tenjin Sherpa established a new record summiting all 14 true geographic summits in just 92 days. In the process, Kirsten and Tenjin broke multiple records, including 26 8,000er summits in 1 year and 3 months, and also the fastest Everest and Lhotse summits by a female. In 8 hours, they used helicopters to move between base camps and added supplemental oxygen. In the 2023 project, she planned to scale the mountains without supplemental oxygen, but later, she had to use oxygen cylinders because of safety issues. The expenses for her team in regard to her world record was said to be more than $500,000. For her attempt in 2022, she was even forced to sell her house in order to fund the expedition. Kristin Harila, a Norwegian mountaineer, has left an indelible mark on the world of climbing by achieving an extraordinary feat in 2023. In a mere 3 months, she successfully climbed all 14 of the world's 8,000ers, setting a new world record. This remarkable accomplishment showcases her undeniable passion and prowess for mountaineering, suggesting that climbing is truly in her blood. Racing to the top of the 8,000ers is a relatively new goal in the mountaineering world. According to Smithsonian Magazine, the first person to reach the 14 peaks was Reinhold Messner. It took Messner 16 years, from 1970 to 1986, as he climbed without using supplemental oxygen. Since then, 53 people have claimed to reach the top of each 8,000er, though only 4 of them, all men, are officially recognized, according to the New York Times. Now, Harila and Tenzin may join their ranks. Of course, Harila and Tenzin's accomplishment hasn't come without criticism. Critics say Harila's use of helicopters to move supplies and equipment from camp to camp detracts from the achievement, both for environmental reasons and for undermining employment opportunities in mountain communities, per Smithsonian Magazine. As Outside points out, it takes the average climber up to 2 months and tens of thousands of dollars to reach just one of the 14 peaks. It's unclear how much Harila spent on achieving her goal, but it's been reported that her first attempt to climb all 14 mountains in 2022 cost $500,000. They faced avalanche conditions, altitude sickness, and losing track of their route over the last 3 months. According to Harila, K2, the second highest mountain in the world behind Everest, was the most challenging summit. The 28,251-foot peak had very hard conditions and very deep snow, but Harila and Tenzin emerged victorious in the end. Others who have made their mark in climbing history include Jerzy Kukuczka, who from 1979 to 1987 climbed all 14 peaks in just 7 years, 11 months and 14 days. Kim Chang-ho, a Korean climber, achieved this feat from 2005 to 2013 in 7 years, 10 months, and 6 days. Nirmal Purja, a Nepali climber, shocked the world by conquering all 14 peaks of over 8,000 meters in just 6 months and 7 days from April to October 2019. This record was taken from him, and he had to redo some of the summits. Among Harila's notable achievements in 2023, her climbing speed from Mount Everest to Lhotse stands out. On her third climb, she shattered her own previous record, scaling Lhotse in an astounding 7 hours and 45 minutes after Everest. In total, Kristin Harila conquered 28 8,000ers in just 2 years, 2 months, and 4 days. According to Harila, achieving the record is a secondary goal of her expedition. She wants to prove that women have a place in high-altitude mountaineering. People believe that men are better at climbing mountains, but that's just not true, she said. I only care about the records because they will give the publicity we need to focus on this, and of course, to show that we can actually do the same. Kristin Harila's mountaineering journey is a testament to human determination, courage, and the relentless pursuit of dreams. Her accomplishments have redefined the limits of what is possible in the world of climbing, setting a new standard for aspiring mountaineers. As the world marvels at her achievements, Kristin stands as a symbol of perseverance and achievement in the world of extreme adventure. Yet, it's not just the altitude that will linger in our minds. Kristin Harila's ascent has sparked debates, discussions, and even disagreements within the climbing community. Her unorthodox methods, controversial decisions, and the challenges she faced have added an unexpected layer of complexity to her achievement.